Fears this morning customers' banking details may have been compromised in a recent data breach.
Major cyber attack, and some members are reporting they've lost money.
Massive data breach that could impact billions of people.
Medibank suspected the worst following its cyber attack. Now the private health insurer has confirmed that all personal data of all of its 3.9 million customers has been exposed.
4 members confirmed to have lost a combined total of around $500,000.
Imagine yourself being responsible for the security of a huge company, constantly under attack. Your every move is scrutinized, your decisions can make or break the organization, and the clock is always ticking. One wrong decision could lead to a massive data breach, financial loss, or even worse, a loss of reputation. Now, picture yourself in the shoes of a Chief Information Security Officer. Your mission: to defend an entire empire of data from the most sophisticated cyber criminals out there. Let's be blunt, CISOs are burning out. Over 80% report feeling highly stressed. 63% say they get little to no support from their organizations. And 30% say stress has directly impacted their ability to do the job. Many CISOs have watched key team members walk away in the past year. Many believe that better tools or more resources could help, but this isn't just a tooling problem, it's cultural, it's structural. And it raises a tough question. If your security leader is running on empty, who's protecting your business? The title CISO is often used broadly to describe the person leading security efforts, but many companies don't have someone with that exact title. Sometimes the responsibilities are shared across IT leaderships or handled by someone with different label. What matters more than the title is clarity. Someone must own the function, and that person's message must be transparent, factual, and timely when it comes to cyber risk. So the role itself is a blend of disciplines. A strong CISO possesses technical awareness, but also leaderships, business insights, communication skills, and of course curiosity. It isn't about having a computer science degree or knowing how to configure a firewall. What really makes a difference is how those skills are applied in context. The most impactful CISOs are the ones who provide strategic advice on protecting assets, translates complex risks into boardroom language, and guide, of course, the alignment of cybersecurity with the business goals. They often oversee teams, manage budgets, coordinate third parties, lead response efforts, influence culture, and keep regulators and auditors informed. In many organizations, the relationship between the Chief Information Security Officer and the board is strong, based on trust, understanding, and collaboration. But in just as many, that relationship is strained, disconnected, or missing altogether. Often this happens not just because of conflict, but because the roles and expectations are unclear. The influence each side has on the other isn't always recognized. The value of building a relationship between the board and the security leader isn't fully appreciated. There have been conversations with CISOs who have quietly admitted that the board did not quite understand what the security team actually did. There was confusion between the scope, the accountability, and sometimes even the purpose. But no single person carries all the responsibility. These functions may spread across roles. What matters is they are all accounted for. Whether it's a startup or a multinational enterprise, someone must take responsibility for building and maintaining the security foundation. In earlier stages companies, the approach to security tends to be scrappy. The leader and the implementers often sit side by side. Trust is built through shared hardship, long nights, unexpected challenges, and last-minute solutions. As the business matures, security must mature with it. Governance starts to matter more, so does documentation and, of course, accountability. At a certain point, security expertise can no longer be an informal arrangement. It may begin with an external advisor to then evolve into a formal internal hire. Once security becomes a strategic pillar, the operating model shifts and the team grows. that growth rarely reverses. The increasing complexity of threats, regulatory pressure, and the volume of work ensures that security teams only expand. Contractors can support specific projects, but the day-to-day effort, building relationships, responding to incidents, advising stakeholders, of course requires permanence. The most effective teams are those with deep understanding of the environment and a strong foundations of trust across departments. That knowledge, that history, is all part of the organization's intellectual property. Of course, all of this assumes that the team is stable, but in reality, finding and keeping security professionals, especially at leadership levels, has become increasingly difficult. Recruitment cycles can stretch for months at a time, leaving the company at risk. When a strong CISO leaves, the disruption is felt. The absence of leadership can create a vacuum that increases organizational risk. But even with the best leaders, change is inevitable. Retention becomes more than a nice to have. It's actually a risk mitigation strategy in its own right. The best CISOs understand the business, the people, the systems, and the pressure points. Their insight touches on strategy, finance, risk, and culture, the same core areas that boards obsess over. Boards need to invest not just in tools, but in people and in sustainable leadership models that protect both the business and the leaders themselves. It's time to recognize the importance of mental well-being in cybersecurity leadership and take meaningful steps to provide better support, resources, and of course work-life balance for CISOs and of course their teams as well. One thing that always stood out, the first time a board meets the CISO should never be during a crisis. That relationship should already exist, built on clarity and trust, long before an incident occurs. The role isn't just about firefighting, it's about leading, anticipating, advising, and of course sometimes challenging the organizations to think differently about its future. So you want to be a CISO? Then be ready to fight on every front, not just against hackers, but for understanding, balance, and resilience in the face of relentless pressure. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this.